This is Bunny Bhoola reporting live from South Africa for the dope news called African Voices for the Road to Growth. The coronavirus has stopped us all in our paths, putting a pause on our daily day-to-day activities. One such activity is travel and tourism. The industry is at a standstill, but that does not mean innovation for survival is dead. With our show, we want to understand the journey of these trailblazing industry leaders, from their past journeys to the present situation, and of course, the roadmap to tomorrow's growth. So join me on this interesting journey as we move across the various African countries to learn, explore, and empower the voices of Africa as they set into survival mode to revive and reinvent to a whole new normal.
Janet Pillai is the CEO and founder of the Multi-Layered Trade Corporation, a company that offers seamless vehicle hire and accommodation solutions from inception to completion in the public, private, corporate, tourist, and maritime sector. Her extensive business knowledge has built the capacity and infrastructure of the company to manage both mass and niche bespoke needs with both domestic and international clients. Janet, can you tell me a little bit about your last 2 years, some of the highlights you've had being involved in the tourism industry before we hit COVID?
Well, Bunny, we are an 18-year-old company. And the last 2 years, we were very fortunate 5 years ago to take on a hospitality partner. So we got to service a lot of the international tourist traffic that is coming to Cape Town. It was an absolute adventure. We got to listen to lots of different accents and to see different styles of dressing and hear the needs of our international clients. The last 2 years, we've seen a very nice steady growth in the business, where we started to do groups and we started to do conference groups as well. And we've been doing airline crew for about 4 years now. So we had some airline crew coming in from Switzerland and Germany. And that has been very, very interesting for us to see, how the market has changed and embrace that.
A true tourism warrior out in the forefront working with the teams. That's what describes you, Janet. You're a marvelous inspiration to all of us. Now let's look at the present. How has COVID impacted on your own business and in Cape Town?
Thank you, Bunny, and thank you for calling me a warrior. Sometimes I think that warrior is spelled WORRIER, especially during these challenging times. COVID, when we started 2020, we called 2020 the year of 20 And I think a lot of people did that, but we just didn't budget for it for being plenty of challenges. So the way in which COVID has actually affected our business is that we have a mixed basket of clients. So the essential services side of the business has been quite busy, and we've been able to keep on drivers and take on extra drivers. But unfortunately, Bunny, on the hospitality side, we've had serious challenges because all 13 of the hotels that we service have been closed from late March. And it's really quite strange to drive up to a hotel and not smell the coffee and not hear that buzz of people and the sound of trolley bags on the floor. It's been quite strange, and we don't foresee tourism opening up anytime soon with the kind of numbers that we've been seeing and the kind of the level of infections that we see in the country.
The grapevine has indicated that you're a real warrior and a survivor. Never mind the other definition of what you spoke about who a warrior is. But would you like to share some of your survival plans, what activations you have in place?
Yes, absolutely, Bunny. So the sad part of the process is that we've had to retrench hospitality staff. So mostly our frontline travel desk personnel, we've been forced to retrench. Our control room stays active. We've innovated in the sense that we've used this time very, very well. We've put all of the measures in place to be able to deal with customers online, electronically, put in a pay fast system, put in a CRM. And we've also looked at our vehicles. And one of the big things that we've innovated with is our vehicles. So we've created a COVID compliant vehicle, which basically comprises a screen. It's a polypropylene screen, which is heat resistant, it's shatterproof. We're also using that for social public service messaging like wash your hands, wear a mask. We're carrying masks on board our vehicles. We've got washable headrest covers. We've got touchless hand sanitizers. And each and every one of our drivers have now been through a COVID compliance course, which we've devised, because we find ourselves, the driver is no longer just the person who drives the vehicle. He is now the compliance officer, and he's the custodian of our well-being. Because when we step into a vehicle, it is him or her that actually ensures that we're wearing a mask, that we've sanitized, that we're socially distancing, and then we are ready for safe carriage.
Interesting, very innovative and proactive. And that's the reason why you are one of the leaders in the transport sector in the Western Cape, and I'm very sure soon it will be nationally. Let's have a look at the future. The crystal ball, what does your predictions, what are you thinking that travel would be like post-COVID?
Well, one of the big things, Bunny, it's not just about making a vehicle compliant. It is about changing mindsets, because we've all been installed with so much fear. Me being a shopaholic, I shop less in terms of going into stores. And a lot of experiences are going to move online. So virtual tours, the kind of things that you're doing with the Dope News. We want to bring experiences to people's homes. And there's going to be a big focus now. We always thought of a destination as get on a plane and go somewhere. But people are also intimidated about the long flight, wearing a mask for 12 or 13 hours. So there's going to be a big focus on domestic tourism, Bunny. And we're going to rediscover small towns. Rediscovering small towns is going to bring us closer to communities. There's going to be more homestays. There's definitely going to be people who are wanting to cook for themselves. They say the buffet breakfast that we all look forward to when we stay at a hotel is going to be a thing of the past. So people are going to cook for themselves and take more responsibility for their well-being whilst traveling. And I think that the rediscovery of the simpler things, and I don't know how it's been for you, but certainly for me, running a 24-hour operation, it's just been phenomenal for me to start just enjoying home, planting in the garden. We've just started a veggie garden, cooking from scratch. And I think a lot of people, have gone back to the roots, to the old way of doing things, and remembering how we would pack a picnic and go to the local park to enjoy not just the sights, but the company of friends and family. So I think people are definitely looking inwardly.
Totally, I do agree with you, Janet. I just want us to talk a little bit more about your vehicles, because this is a unique concept. This is something that is going to ensure that your clients have peace of mind and they will be able to utilize it. Can you explain what channels, how you're marketing the product so there's greater awareness?
Absolutely, Bunny. One of the first things that we've started to do, we've created a video, we've created a communications document, we've done a MailChimp, and we've targeted government and motor manufacturers, because the level of competence with this installation is that it does not compromise the integrity of the vehicle at all. So you won't lose warranties. Toyota or Nissan is not going to come back to you and say, I'm sorry, we can't do X in the vehicle because of this illegal installation. So it is seamless. It's very easy to retrofit. It can be packaged and sent nationally or internationally. It's perfect because it comes with clear instructions. It doesn't need you to put in any extra holes or make any incisions on the vehicle. We just fit into the existing structure of the vehicle. And it doesn't have to be removed to be washed. I've seen some plastic versions. It doesn't have to be removed to be washed. It's easy to clean with the same hand sanitizer that we use in the vehicle. It's extremely easy to clean. There's also an option to even fit screens on them. So if you're on a long trip and you want to tell people about where they're going or inform them about a country, it's very easy to put a screen so they can be entertained. Because remember, we're moving towards less touch, and the individual screens will become a challenge because when people get on and off the vehicle, so there could be the option of a big screen at the front of the vehicle. And it can be sent to a fitter, and we've identified the fitters across the country for now, and simply, sent off by courier in a box. And easy to assemble. So it's a really, really simple installation.
I said, you definitely have the perfect solution for what is required at the moment. And that is typical you, always creative and innovative. Janet, do you have any tips or guidelines that you've discovered during these challenging times to share with the industry?
Absolutely, Bunny. Some of us, they say we're all in the same boat. I really do believe that the size of the boats that we're in are different and that the challenges that we face are different. The key thing that I have done to stay positive and stay focused is I have looked at my product and looked at how it can survive, because the known world that we knew is no more. We're now in a crisis mode. And there will be a new world that is coming. So, if we are going to be fit for purpose, if we're going to embrace the industry, we have to embrace the new world. And in going into the new world, we need to be resilient. We absolutely need to be positive. There's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. We have to innovate and hit the tar running. And I think a work-life balance is really important, because the mental and physical well-being of us as individuals is really key, because we can't think if we're not taking care of ourselves. So eating the good things, eating the healthy things, exercising, meditation, yoga, all of us, need to fill the soul that sometimes in the busyness of our business, we have forgotten. So putting back in order to give the best version of yourself is the most important thing.
Wow, wonderful tips. I will be taking quite a few of those tips and applying it to myself also. Janet, in closing, what is your message to our industry partners and to prospective clients?
I want to say to industry partners that if we hold hands, we can be most successful. There's no need for us to compete with each other, because the war is on the outside, not on the inside. We need to collaborate. We need to pool resources. There's no need for somebody who has a travel business to go out and purchase vehicles. They can simply rent one from us instead of creating capex that they might not be able to sustain. People should focus on their core business and look at ways in which they can collaborate with others. We don't need to reinvent the wheel in the industry. We just need to hold hands and work together. To our customers and our potential guests, I can reassure you that we have put a lot of protocols in place that have been guided by organizations and memberships like ASATA, FedHasa, SATSA, and the World Health Organization. We consulted all of these when we came up with our COVID-compliant vehicle. And as a country, South Africa is known for its warmth and its warm welcome and its open arms. And we continue to keep our arms open, waiting for our guests to come back to enjoy our beautiful country.
Thank you, Janet. I do agree with you. Collaboration and partnerships and personal engagements is the way forward. And I think it's vital that we do not reinvent the wheel, because you are on top of your game and you are able to provide services that a lot of your partners will be able to utilize, so that it gives our clients the safety and peace of mind. That's the most important thing. Thank you so much, Janet, for your time, for your knowledge that you've shared with everybody. And we look forward to seeing MLT growing in leaps and bounds in the near future with all the innovations that you've put into place. Okay, thank you. This is Bunny Bhoola from the Dope News on the series African Voices on the Roadmap to Growth. Thanking you for watching our program and looking forward to you to the following episodes. Thank you so much. Bye.